Hello, everyone. How are you today? Thanks for joining us. I'm Dr. Gail, and this is Diana Boles. She's an expert in astrology, and we'll be talking about the day today. My one announcement I have today is I'll be on the Jeff Mara show on Saturday at 9 a.m. If anybody's ever seen his show, he talks about a lot about NDEs, but he goes into all sorts of things. I mean, there's nothing he doesn't approach. But anyway, join us today. He has a big following, and that will be at 9 a.m. this Saturday, April 8th. So, hey, Susie. Hey, Dream Journey One. I see we only got a few. I was wondering how today was going to go because of all the commotions in New York. Hey, White Dragon. I was wondering how that was going to go today. So, anyway, Diana, you want to take it and get started?
Sure. So,
Tell us about
hello, 4-4 portal at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 4:01. And isn't it great? What a beautiful day, even though the sun is not shining. That's all I can say.
The sun is finally shining at Mount Shasta, and this will be shortly one day. Yeah.
One day of it.
I didn't even ask Susie what her weather was like.
So
Susie's should be looking at the questions and watching the chat, everybody. So go ahead, Diana.
Okay. So I just want to start out with, did y'all feel a little bit of a shift when Pluto made his little trek into Aquarius? Things do feel a little...
I don't know if I'm oblivious to all that or I just don't recognize it. I'm not sure what.
You might be above it.
I doubt that. I doubt that.
Well, anything that becomes frustration. This is what the best advice for now till the end of 2024 really is, remembering, especially right now, Pluto is in Aquarius. It's at 0 degrees. So what is Pluto doing at 0 degrees? Not much. He's holding space. He's moving a few minutes. By mid-May, he will have moved 21 minutes. That's not a lot. That's like a little dog wagging a little tail. That's curly, like, eh. But what we can do with this energy right now is climb to the crest of a mountain, take out a telescope, and take a long-range view at what is possible. Now, this energy, as he goes back and forth into Capricorn, because he's going to do that. May 5th, he goes retrograde. June 11th, he's going to go back into Capricorn and be at that 29:59 degree. And so keeping journals through this time is very important because you have a reference point. So with Pluto holding space, the other good events that are going on is Saturn in Pisces. He's going to be there for close to 3 years or right around 3 years. And while he's in that time, in that sign rather, he's redefining and helping us redefine our boundaries, design our new foundations. And because Pluto's not taking a very aggressive action by moving very fast, because he doesn't, or moving very far because he can't right now, what we should be working with is that Saturn in Pisces. What is your dream? Where are the boundaries changing? What is underneath that water? The cup that holds Pisces is not a cup, it's the whole lake. It's the whole ocean, but there is a bottom and there is a shoreline. Problem is Saturn entered there with a cup and he's trying to drink the whole lake with just a cup. That's not how you do it. He needs a bigger receptacle. So Saturn is helping us define our boundaries, our foundations, our set goals. And Aquarius, while he is in this holding space pattern, he is the telescope, giving us the long range view. So on April 1st, we had Mars and Saturn trine each other, and they're going to be in a trine to each other until April 6th, which
Well, how does that
that's
affect people?
well, that's the new moon.
Yeah, how does that
I
affect
mean, full moon.
they be feeling?
Well, it's going to ease up that fighting energy. Doesn't mean it's going to go away, but it will ease it up because it's in a trine to the moon. So emotions are going to be emotions. I mean, you're going to be able to control it instead of letting them get totally out of control. It's a strawberry moon. It's the pink moon. It's the real feel for spring. It's a moon in Libra. It's a balancing. It's a, well, juggling, like Susie had just mentioned. It's the juggling to keep the balance, but it's the easier one. It's not like you've got three things up in the air. It's only that you've got two. So then as we move on, April 3rd, yesterday, Mercury went into Taurus. Now this is giving us a stabler foundation, a more fixed attitude about what we take action on, what we're discussing. Mars is in Cancer. That's a water sign. Mars is the planet of action. Have you ever tried to run in the water? Yes, we all have. It's fun, but what happens? You don't get very far and you fall down fast, right? So that's basically what Mars is doing. He has to take slow action if he wants to get up to his waist. Because if he doesn't, if he tries to run through it with quick action, he's going to end up falling and drinking some of that water before Saturn gets a chance to put it in his cup. So anyway, that happened yesterday. And then on April 21st, when we get to that new moon phase, Mercury is going to go retrograde. So you need to keep track of things, because while he's retrograde in Taurus, he's going to want to stick with certain things to refine them. Here again comes Saturn in Pisces, redefining the boundaries and the foundations, right? And that long-range telescope of Pluto in Aquarius, trying to pull it all together and give us a stronger foundation.
Now, this is 444444444.
Oh yeah, many of them, many 4s and 8s coming up this month for sure. And don't forget about Tesla's law of 369. So there's that always showing up at us too.
Yeah, my friend Meg is all about that 369. She talks about it all the time.
Yeah. Well, my birthday coincides with that number besides. So yeah, there's that as well. Those 3 digits.
Hey,
so
Rebirth, thanks. And 8 Dream Journey 1. Hey, Juno, White Dragon. See Nancy. I see a few people have come into the chat. Hey, son of what? Go ahead, Dad. I'm sorry. I just saw these people.
Oh, that's fine. I'm glad you said hello, because I can't see who's here. So April 5th for me, April 6th for me, and April 5th for you in Central Time Zone and Pacific Time Zone. That's when you'll have the new moon, but full moon. Sorry, it will occur for me on early hours of the 6th. So my rising sign is in Libra. So I'm already feeling that Libra full moon. It's already lighting things up, because in a little while it's going to be there. Oh boy. So as we have this, we have the sun moving closer and closer to its conjunction with Jupiter. Now this is expansion. What do we want to build on? What do we want to look forward to? But it's also involving Chiron, our wounded child, our woundings of the past lives. What can we heal? I personally am experiencing a lot of physical healing that goes back to probably when I was born, because I was born Frank Breach. I'm lucky I didn't come out drowned, you know. So this it in particular, it's my hips and legs that are healing in a way I never knew were wrong, right? Until all of a sudden it dawned on me. So that energy is going to continue all through next week, as from April 8th till the 11th. Then Venus is in Gemini, and then that's going to square Saturn. And by doing that, it's going to be, well, now what? Now what are we going to do until we get to about the 14th of the month, right? So these next few weeks are really about, how do we move forward from this? How do we?
Yeah, well, I had something major this morning. That's going to keep asking you about today, because today I was shown actually what I was doing on the spaceship, and I'm a communicator, and I could not figure out what was going on. Then, going back to espionage, and now I'm watching that happen. Well, it turns out that because I'm a communicator, I'm over that part of it, and I'm also over all the hospitals, all the trauma centers, all the hospitals. And I'm the one that goes and communicates with somebody like Susie. If she's on the Athena and needs some help, she's contacting me, and all the hospitals are. So it finally came together to me today to figure out why they were taking this medical person and putting them as a communicator, watching over espionage and watching over, and now it's watching all over the hospitals. It makes sense because injuries can happen with the espionage thing. And so now I'm overseeing all of that, which is a little overwhelming, but that came to me today. They showed that to me today, and I'm going, okay, what's special about today? Why today?
That's why, yeah, because Mercury just went into Taurus for that more stable table. When he was in Aries, well, Aries is the sign of I am. Do it now. He's controlled by Mars, and Mars trying to run in water as the transiting Mars isn't working. It's not going that fast. So now that Mercury has said, okay, quit barking, just think about it. Stop and think about it. Stand where you are and think about it, which is what Pluto is doing, holding that space till mid-May. So, and then when he gets back into Capricorn, Pluto will go as to 27 degrees and 53 minutes. That's not very far back. But if you keep a journal, go back and look at what you were writing and logging back in February, January, December of 21, all through there, because those are the revisit, reassess, reevaluate, reestablish, or throw it out. Because when it goes forward, that's when you're going to be able to dump what you don't need anymore. And in July, the North Node and the South Node will make their shift from the Taurus Scorpio axis to the Libra Aries axis. And when it does that, that's going to change the way we take action. That's going to help us identify.
Now, which day is that?
That won't be until July, but
July.
it's at 4 degrees. The nodes are at 4 degrees right now. It just will take them to July to get to the point where they have entered this new axis. And when they do, they'll be in Aries, the sign of action, and Libra, the sign of balance. So if we use this time effectively, it will certainly help clear the points once we get into the bigger summer months.
Okay. So what about the following weeks in April? What do we look forward to? What kind of energies in each week, and how's everybody going to be feeling?
Well, that's where we're going to start to really gain awareness. We need to reestablish ourselves for ourselves as well. So people don't forget about doing that for yourself, right? So April 19th, we have this solar eclipse. For me, it will be at 6:12 p.m. Eastern time. So 9, you guys have to adjust accordingly. That puts it 3 something out there by you. So we have the solar eclipse. It's the sun will be shifting into Taurus. This is a hybrid because the signs are changing almost at the same moment of the eclipse. It is an Aries new moon and the second one of this month, but within an hour, the sun is now in Taurus, and within a few minutes, the moon is now in Taurus as well. So it's just as quickly as it happens, it's almost as quickly over with, because it will ingress into the Taurus. And that, yeah, it's just a quick flash and it's gone. And then when we get to the 20th, we're going to have the sun squaring Pluto. And that still is, that's a bit of an explosive energy, but they're going to be quick because it's all part of that moving from Aries into Taurus for the sun. But there's an orb, within 10 degrees of that, till the sun makes it to 10 degrees, there's still going to be an orb of square going on to Pluto. So you can expect that maybe more internal combustion than externally showing it, unless your Taurus is so enraged, whatever you have in Taurus. So this is where knowing your chart is really helpful, because we are all under the transiting sky. But how does that light up what's in your chart? Is it a trine? Is it a more challenging square or a quincunx? Is it something you try to fine tune, and every time you think you got it, you hit a bump in the car and now it's not fine tuned anymore, So it's one of those kind of energies. It's a constant moving it around on the dial to try to find the right spot. So when Mercury goes retro, we may feel a little stubborn because he's in Taurus, right? And in Taurus, Taurians get the reputation of being stubborn because he's a bull.
Yeah.
But sometimes there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes being stubborn keeps you from getting in stranger danger, So just keep that, think twice, act once, think twice, speak once, especially through the retrograde, which is going to go on till May 14th, which still has us in Taurus, right? Because that's part of the Taurus season. So now we have to watch for lies and illusions, because Mars is going to be trine Mercury, and that Mercury is going to want to talk up with his brother Mars. And, kids on the playground are going to want to one-up each other. So on April 25th, we're already at 4 degrees with the nodal axis, but by April 25th, is your head spinning? Do you feel your head spinning? Right? Because we're headed towards out of Taurus and getting into Gemini territory when the sun's going into Gemini. Oh, sorry. What did I say? Going into Taurus. Duh.
Just jumping ahead.
Yeah, right. I'm just skipping everything, right? Let's just go right to the heart of the summer. But you're gonna have that head spinning feel around the 25th of April. And that's going to continue in through the 27th. Then we're going to have Mars square Chiron. And Mars, planet of action, wants to heal his Chiron, his ancient wounds. And Mars is in water. Water is good for a wound. You're not supposed to soak it for a long time, but sometimes it really does help to soak a wound, right? If it's a bruise, if it's a deep contusion, if it's a cut, well, make it quick, but a little water can't hurt you. Once your skin has started to heal. But we're going to sense that we want to take action, but we're still on this need for balance, even more so now, because the nodes keep getting closer and closer to making that move into the Aries Libra axis.
Okay.
And then on the 30th, we should begin to feel stability.
Finally.
Right, finally. The Taurus season will be, past that first couple of days of the baby needs his diaper changed every 3 minutes. Baby wants a bottle. Now birth the baby. Now pick up the baby. Now put down the baby. Because when you think of degrees, you should think of 1 through 10 as being the infant to the 10-year-old. 10 through 20, or 11 through 20. Actually, let me be more specific. We don't use 30. We use 0 to 9, 10 to 19, 20 to 29, because 0 degrees begins the new sign. So when you think of the first 10 degrees of the sign, which is 0 to 9, that's the infant and the young 7-year-old and the 10-year-old just feeling their oats. So look at your own signs and look at what degrees they are at, and then you can learn how to deal with your own private temperament. My Jupiter at 1 degree in Aquarius is very willing to give me permission to do any damn thing I want. But the baby at the candy aisle shouldn't get his way every single time we get there, right? Well, Pluto is lighting up my 1 degree Jupiter. He's actually put my hands in my pockets and put duct tape across my mouth so I can't have a temper tantrum. And he's working for me. It's knowing how to work with that energy and how it affects your chart, your blueprint. So I encourage everybody to learn everything they can about astrology, if just for the sake of knowing yourself.
Okay. Well, everybody, while we're finishing up here, if you have some questions, go ahead and ask some questions. And also, we have some cards to pull for you. So, Diana, while they're putting in their questions, you have anything else to say?
Well, the sun getting closer and closer to Jupiter, and we get to that expansive energy, there will be moments of feeling like we're in a standoff. We can't fight yet. We can't move forward on anything. We don't want to go backwards. We know where we came from, and we know we don't want to go back there. So it's this standoff, which, if anybody's been watching the things unfolding, it's been fabulous.
Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions about your own signs and how you should be feeling in the month of April, or which week or whatever? Anybody have any questions? Susie, do you have any questions for us? Okay. All right. How about cards? What I've got is I today pulled out the crystal cards, and these are fun. This is a fun deck, so I could pull out a crystal for each person if you would like to have information on crystals. These actually are, I like these cards because they have a little humor to them. So, all right, let's go ahead for our first question.
And I brought the creative deck.
The creative deck, okay? I'm going up. Mine's got a little backwards here on something. Okay. All right, White Dragon. Dr. Gail, is the Athena still split up into medical ship and the military one? Will it ever go back? Yeah, it's still split. Then it does go back together for trauma. And because it's a trauma center. And so it goes back together when you have to go in action for the traumas. And my ship on the line was called the Alphabet, and we're actually a triage ship. So that's where the communications come in, is I'm over all of it. And I direct where a lot of the patients go or the people go. And so, yes, it will go back together. And y'all have been coming back together for some missions. So you're together and apart when you're not on a mission, White Dragon. Okay, next. Hey, Nancy, can you tell me my sun, moon, and rising sign without my birth date or birth time? I don't know how she can do that.
No, I can't.
But
What I can tell you is if you don't know the time of day you were born, you can start with noon and then go from there. Look for what resonates with you as far as your rising sign goes.
how about you just put in your month and day and don't put your year? And she probably can tell you a little bit, can't you?
Well, the month and day is enough to certainly
Just to tell you,
what your sun sign is.
Yeah.
But the moon it shifts every 2.5 days. So you need your birth year.
I'm just talking about for like today, just a short little, you need all that to give a good reading, but for here on the chat, that would be enough just to give you a little overall.
Okay, so 827, that makes you a Virgo. 1990, my ephemeris is way over on the other side of the room, so I can't tell you the moon. And that also kind of depends on where you live, because which time zone you're in as to where exactly the moon is. So, but you're a Virgo sun.
Yeah, go ahead. What more did you want to know, Nancy, about that? And put the time zone. And what else did you say, Diana?
Virgo is ruled by Mercury, so you're inquisitive, but you're also analytical. You are a fixed sign. You are a perfectionist. You analyze, you nurture, you perfect, and you want to be in service to others. You enjoy being in service to others.
Okay, well, there you go, Nancy. I hope that's enough. Okay, next. Hey, Spirit Watcher Suzanne, may I have a card, please? Okay, I'll pull one first on this and give your mouth a little break for a minute. I've got the Moonstone for you, Spirit Watcher Suzanne. Let's see if he's that in the Moonstone. That's what the picture looks like, and it says what it is. I love the humor of this deck. A shimmering protective talisman for travelers since way back. Moonstone is a dreamy white to peach hued feldspar mineral for gazers of sky and soul. And who needs it? All who earth goddesses out there, all you earth goddesses out there, if I could only read, and the people who can keep around you who need to work on their empathy, patience, and intuitions. So who needs it is all you earth goddesses. And where to put it: on your bedside table, in your overnight bag, which your passport and eye mask. When to use it: under a new moon, music to set intentions that align with your purest, life-affirming, inner child nurturing calling. Under a full moon, Moonstone belongs in the bedroom or whenever you get down. There you go, Spirit Watcher Suzanne.
Right. Well, I drew from the creative deck, and the note on the back says, if you want to be free of fears and phobias, then you have to understand why they exist and make peace with them. So then I pulled an angel card from the Kyle Gray deck, and we got the inner child healing. So perfect timing, because Chiron in Aries is all about healing, right? And Aries acts fearless because it's the sign of action.
And the Moonstone, the full moon's coming soon, so take your Moonstone into wherever you get down business.
Right? That's funny.
All right, next.
Creatively explore new venues. Woo-woo.
Let's see, I might butcher your name, Michaela Butler. May I have a reading, please? Okay, let's see. Go ahead, Diana. Like mine need a really good shot.
Go deeper. Expressing the deeper meanings of life while staying attuned into the childlike wonder is at the heart of all great art. Be creative. Go deeper.
I pulled the ruby. About the ruby.
Ooh.
Yeah. It says what it is a hot pink to Cabernet red. Ruby is a precious gemstone that has bedazzled royalty for centuries. Ruby is a fearless guide and protector, pointing you in the direction of a rich, passionate life. And who needs it? Anyone with something worth fighting for, and any Aries. Okay, and where to put it? In a ring on the hand you throw punches with in the boudoir. Okay, so where do you put it? In a ring on the hand you throw punches with in the boudoir. When to use it? When you wait to show the world you're both beautiful and ferocious. When your sex life needs a heaping tablespoon of spice. When the doldrums have you down, reach for ruby and some really red lipstick and come out swinging.
And go deeper.
Deeper. It's always so funny. Okay.
Yeah, but you can't make this stuff up.
Okay. All right.
Girls,
Next.
are you getting a little spring fever out there, ladies?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Next. Hey, Dream Journey One. A card would be wonderful, please. Okay. I already got hers. And it is Tiger's Eye. Tiger's Eye. And it says what it is. Tiger's Eye is a gold brown quartz displaying a light reflecting optical phenomenon known as cadency or cat's eye that appears just below the stone surface. Who needs it? The currently overthinking and mood swinging Geminis and Virgos. Where to put it? In a string of prayer beads hanging from your middle finger, counting during meditation along with your blessings. Okay, so you want it on your middle finger, counted during meditation along with your blessings. And when to use it? When your thoughts are not your friends, when reading Jungian theories or attempting to decipher a sin cone, when you're all roar and not enough purr, when only equability of mind, body, spirit, left brain and right brain can get you square with the universe. So I love the saying, the Geminis and the Virgos for their moon swinging. But anyway, there you go, Dream Journey One, Tiger's Eye.
And pitch. This is be as clear and concise and professional as you can be when explaining your ideas to potential associates. Kind of goes along. No mood swinging here. Get that over with before you get to the office or anywhere, right?
Yeah. Or hide that fighting mood.
Right? Because the angel deck gave you take charge and take action.
Yeah.
So it's better to be concise.
Okay. All right. Next. As we heal each other by pure light. Card, please. All right. I have got, what is this? This is pretty. Oh, I don't even know how you say that. Chirophase. Chirophase.
That's right. Chirophase.
Okay, what it is a hypnotic green. Chirophase is a rare stone with a heavy helping of nickel, hence its mesmerizing hue. Who needs it? The explorers searching for the fountain of youth. We all need that. Okay. Where to put it? Squeeze Chirophase against your heart and tell your inner child how much you love them, then cry forever. When to use it? When it's time to forgive that person who hurt you most, your parents, and most of all yourself. You are not a doormat. You are an evolved being. When you feel like giving up on love, Chirophase gives you the green light to keep going. Okay, there you go. Isn't that pretty powerful? About don't give up on love, forgive yourself and everybody, and just move past and get the green light and keep going. I mean, that's a pretty powerful message there.
Right. And I had to pull both these cards because the angel card is opportunity and change, right? Which is pretty much what you were talking about there. And then when you come up with a solution, share. To help you make progress, it's a good idea to share what you have and what you care about. So don't keep it pent up. And when you find the solution, tell the rest of us.
Yeah.
Because after all, as we heal each other, right, Pierrette?
Yeah. She's got a perfect name for that, doesn't she? Okay. All right. Are there any more? Any more questions? Okay. A.G. Covington. My birthday is the 20th of April. What should I look out for or look forward to? You did talk about the 20th.
Well, because that is part of the eclipse. So that eclipse energy can last definitely for 6 months. Or if you're using like the 9-month gestation period, when we have an eclipse, whether it's quick spent or not, it's about identifying what you need to let go of. Something is going to leave. You can prepare yourself for what it is you want to dispose of, what no longer serves your purpose, which is pretty much what this whole month of April is about, with Pluto sitting where it is and Saturn sitting where it is and Mars and Mercury, Venus. All of them are in positions where we can take a breath of spring and clear out the dust bunnies.
Okay. Well, there you go, G. Covington. Okay. Next. Okay, Kathleen, a card, please. Okay. Let's see what I've got for you. You already got one, Diana? Go ahead.
Yes. I got preparation. Luck comes most often to the person and place where preparation, opportunity, and skill meet.
Opportunity and skill meet. Well, there you go, Kathleen. All right, I pulled out black tourmaline.
Oh, healing.
Yeah. It says,
Got
what it is. Grounding black tourmaline is slightly magnetized semi-precious gemstone with a reputation for protecting a delicate psyche from a case of the crazies and establishing powerful energetic boundaries between you and all the zombies out there. Who needs it? Everyone. Where to put it? Beside your doors to keep emotional vampires out, on your person, in your pocket, everywhere. When to use it? Anytime you take public transportation, find yourself in a crowd, or hear that sucking sound of a co-worker, family member, or malignant demon taking more from you than they are giving back. So there you go.
Right.
I think we all better go out and get some black tourmaline and wrap it all around our bodies.
I have it all around the house. I have it by every device, by all of the charging stations, like for my phone. It's in my bedroom because at night my phone is on the charger in my bedroom. So I have it scattered in every room. And what you can do with that black tourmaline is, since it's protection and magnetized, you can find yourself with the proper unions and friends around you.
Oh, that's good. That's real good. Okay, all right, next. Son of what? May I have a card, please?
Son of what?
What? You got. All right. I haven't used these cards in a while, but they are so much fun.
Yeah.
Okay. You ready? I've got mine. You aren't ready.
Go ahead. No, I'm pulling two since.
This is a Hindonite. They're pretty. Look at that.
Ah.
It says what it is. It's a variety of spodumene, Hindonite. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Hindonite's green aura emulates the warm and fuzzies. If you tap it into the stone's frequency and feel the buzz, you must have a big heart. Use it. Oh, there you go, son. Well, that's so sweet. If you tap into the stone frequency and feel the buzz, you must have a big heart. Use it. Who needs it? French existentialists, future trippers, and bad romantics. Oh my gosh. Okay, who needs this again? French existentialists. How do you say that? Existentialists, future trippers, bad romantics. Okay, where to put it? Tendonite, like its cuddly pink cousin, kunzite, should be aimed at the heart. When to use it? When you find yourself stuck in the past or too focused on the future. Tendonite is down to make the most of every moment. If you're in a rut, call on Tendonite to help you love your way out of it. Wow. Okay, there you go, son of what? You need to get you some Tendonite. I didn't even know, but this looks like a great stone.
It's a
Tendonite.
beauty.
Yeah, to love your way out of being stuck in the past or too focused on the future. Okay, I was a little guilty of that. So another stone.
Could you spell that stone?
Yeah, it is Hiddenite. Let me see if I can put it to where you can read it.
Okay. Yeah, I want some of that. It'll look great in my blue bowls and green bowls.
Yeah.
So, son of what?
Then down here it says, claim your happy place.
There you go. And the angel card for you is harmony and resolution, which, look at the color of this, I think of the stone you just pulled. And then it's about willpower, and use your willpower to bravely overcome thoughts of compromise and defeat. So that, I think they all kind of go along. Harmony and resolution, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay,
cool.
Next. Is anybody else?
Faye.
Okay, a card, please. Okay, I was already pulling this one out for you, and it's Living Gold. This has really challenged me on reading. Tektite. Look at that. Okay. Libyan. I'm gonna put that up close so y'all can try to read that.
Libyan gold. Libyan gold.
Gold tektite. Okay. It's a 28 million year old Sahara Desert glass, only found in, you guessed it, the Sahara Desert. This gem is yellow but far from mellow. Who needs it? The navel gazing and brooding. Binge watchers, anyone looking to hit the street with some extra swagger. Cancers. Okay, where to put it? Hold Libyan gold tektite or this card at your will centered, just above the navel, solar plexus basically, and set goals. Seriously, make a list. Then call on the fiery, beyond ancient energy of this stone to help you break through the burning desire to binge watch the day away. When to use it? When you get up and go. When you get up and go has ghosted you. When you get up and go has ghosted you, that's when you need this. It says, banish your blahs.
I love these cards. I'm going to have to get a deck of those. So the angel card is signs and reminders. And look, again, we have a match to your stone, color-wise. And then as Buddha sits here preparing, use your intuition. Allow the limitless power of your unconscious mind to answer your problem by using symbols, memories, and hunches, signs and reminders. How about that?
Yeah.
I'm loving how these 2-3 decks are really blending together.
And here is the name of the deck. It's Crystals by Stone Deck. Now, when I got this was probably over a year ago. And I think this might have been the only deck. I got it off of Amazon, and I think it might have been the only deck there. But check it to see if there's some more there. At that time, it was the only one, and I got it. And I'm not sure why I did that, but.
And it could be on eBay. I could find it there. Maybe Etsy as well.
Right. Exactly.
I'll look for it. That's fun.
They are a lot of fun every time. I always forget how fun they are, but I think it's 2 men that wrote these cards.
It's 444. I just looked at the time, not even thinking. It's 444, Tuesday, April 4.
Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. Did you already say your card?
White Dragon. No, I didn't.
Okay, go ahead and tell Faye about your stuff.
I think you're seeing Venus first.
What is the brightest planet showing looking west of the night sky? What is it doing to us? Oh, yeah, Venus. I always was thinking Venus for a spaceship. I'm always saying, oh, there's a spaceship.
Oh, no, it ain't moving. It's Venus.
Exactly. Okay, there you go. Okay, next.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, there you go. She's put down Aquarius at 3:13 a.m. on February 1961. Any insight, please?
Well, you know what?
Valentine's baby.
Yeah, big Aquarius. Let me see if I can do this really fast. I'll do the best I can. Hang on with me, Pierrette.
Okay. While she's doing that, I'll look at some people who want a card while you're figuring that. We'll
Okay.
come right back to her. So there's somebody else I can do a card for while she's figuring all that out. Susie. Hey, Cactus. I love a card, please. Such interesting cards today. Yes, they are. Okay, let me see what I got for you. Lemurian quartz. Ooh, wow. I guess I should show the picture. Lemurian quartz. Lemurian quartz. What it is? Lemurian quartz is identifiable by its blushing hue and the ladder-like horizontal grooves that climb up its face. Its name is a shout out to the Lemurians, a fabled lost continent whose highly evolved inhabitants, some far out folks insist, now live under Mount Shasta in California, which is where I live.
Wow.
Okay, should have been a card for me. Who needs it? Anyone in need of a vacation from their thoughts? Oh my gosh, how often do we need that? So apparently you need a vacation from your thoughts. Where to put it? The Lemurians are like wands. Point them at body parts, friends, and other crystals that need more juice. I'd be pointing to myself all the time. So I'm going to read that again. Lemurians are like wands. Point them at body parts, friends, and other crystals that need more juice. When to use it? Whenever someone or something you love needs a zap of healing energy, awaken your inner wizard or witch and cast a spell with Lemurian quartz. Escape your mind. Well, there you go, Cactus.
Pierrette, Susie, can you put Pierrette's information back up? I forgot what city she's in.
She didn't say.
Oh, I need the city, hon. State, city, country, Canada?
She hasn't said yet. I'll tell you when she writes it. All right, Pierrette, where are you? Where are you located? She might have stepped away. Okay. We'll move on until we get that information. She might have stepped away and was planning on listening to it later. Oh, there she is. She's Canada.
Oh. All right. What province? Quebec?
But yeah, what time zone are you in? That's what you need.
Well, New Brunswick. Okay.
Well, I'm glad, Cactus, that's what you needed. That card. Yeah, I think we all need that. Start pointing it at ourselves. And it's a pretty stone too. I mean, that's a pretty Miriam. It looks kind of almost like a goldish pink. It says it's a blushing hue. I'm going to go look for some of this too. Actually, I'm putting aside the ones that I need to get a stone of over here.
There you go.
I'm going to go shopping for.
So, Pierrette, we have you as an Aquarius sun, an Aquarius moon, and a Sagittarius rising. So your Aquarians are air signs. Your Sagittarius rising is a fire sign. You give yourself a lot of room for your passions and your thoughts and your desires to come true. You stay focused. let me see where your north node is. Your north node is in Virgo, the perfectionist, the healer in you, as we heal each other, right? Your desire to nurture. You also have your Pluto right next to your north node. So you are probably always in tune with what no longer serves you. And if not, Pluto is going to argue with you about it anyway. So you should get in tune with that energy. That's in the 9th house, which is the house that belongs to Sagittarius. That's where Sag normally lives. So it is about the higher mind. And you have quite the stellium in Aquarius. It's your sun, your Palais Athena, which is the intellect you use to deliver what it is you have to explain, what it is you want to change. Palais Athena is a very intelligent warrior goddess. And then your moon is at 11 degrees of Aquarius, and Juno is at 0 degrees of Aquarius. So that Juno is about partnerships and who you align yourself with. That's all in the 2nd house. That 2nd house is the house of Taurus. It's also the house of Venus as far as the planet goes. So you like good things. You like pleasure. Luxurious things. You like chocolate. Like, who doesn't like chocolate, right? But you like the finer things in life, and that north node of yours gives you the ability to go get what you want, especially having Pluto there, because he keeps you focused. So that's quick.
That's pretty good. Actually, that was really good to do it that quickly. Okay. All right. Who's next? Hey, MJ card. Okay. Let's go back here. I got rose quartz. Look at that.
Ooh.
Not pretty. Okay, it says what it is. Rose quartz is love. In what form? Okay, who needs it? The overly self-critical, sentiment, spiritual beings who love deeply. Those in the healing arts, or those who want to be. Where to put it? In spaces you want to zone safe and sacred. Held with both hands to your heart with the utmost loving kindness. Okay, where to put it? In spaces you want to zone safe and sacred. Okay, when to use it? When you feel like you always have to be the one to have all it figured out, to work the hardest, to hold it all together for everyone else. Rose quartz gives us a pink cashmere covered platform to be soft, sweet, and open to spirit. It says, take care of your heart. There you go, Emmy. Take care of your heart.
Yep, rose quartz is good for sleep. If you have it near your bed, that's a good place to put it too. And it's the angel card that came up for you is transformation, which surely goes along with what that was saying. Is its message of people coming to you and in what form? Transformation, right? And then the creative card for it was generosity. You can afford to be generous with the gift of your time and attention.
Yeah, it says, and who needs it? The overly self-critical. So remember that.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right, next. Hey, Wiki. I am a starseed. How does knowing where help in this life? I am a starseed. How does knowing where help in the... I think you're asking where you should help in life. I'm guessing that's what you're asking. So, Wiki, starseeds are beings that have come from another planet to help us, have transformed in a human body to come to Earth and help raise the vibration so we can go up to the next density or next level. And actually, we don't have to do anything. We just have to be here. Just our vibration, just our being on Earth raises everybody's vibration that's around you. It could be as simple as your family. So you don't have to look for your purpose in life as much as just be you. Just being you is going to help bring the planet to the next level. So I hope that helps. If there's some kind of thing that you think that you're needing to lean towards, or you have a yearning to do something else, which we all do as star seeds, that's another thing. But just know, just being you is enough. And of course, you can look at other things to do. So go ahead.
Well, as you said, raise your vibration. This card jumped out of the deck. Raise your vibration.
There you go.
I guess we're in sync today.
That's right. So that's all you need to do is raise your vibration. It's going to raise everything around you.
Right? Habits. Examine the habits that may impede the pathways to your goals and encourage beneficial ones.
Okay. That's good.
And the birch tree. New beginnings, death and rebirth. And I have a secret spot that I walk in the woods, and I pass through a birch tree stand, and there's 2 of them that are perfect portals. It's a perfect portal to go through. And me and the dogs just did a 3 miles in there yesterday, and nobody knew we were there.
I haven't been able to do that on the trails here because there's been so much snow. I mean,
Well,
we've been blocked out of everything lately.
And it won't be long. I won't be able, because there'll be so much undergrowth. I'll only be able to go through the portal and in a small area in there, and not be able to get deep into the nooks and crannies that I can get in now, especially since there's a lot of wild roses back in there. Well, yeah. Tangled in the briars is what it is.
Okay. All right, we have time for one more person. Hey, Strawberry Rhubarb Tarot. Dr. Gail-Skywalking, would love a card. Okay. All right. Well, you just snuck in just enough time there.
Yeah.
Darren. So let's see what we got. Oh, what is this? Okay. Copper. You've got copper. And it says what it is. If you're thinking, but copper isn't a crystal, indeed, you are a genius. Copper is a metal, but it's such a powerful energy conductor and component of so many of your favorite stones. It has to make the cut. Who needs it? Anyone who needs the proverbial defibrillator paddles. So
hey.
If you need some defibrillator paddles, you need to be jolted. You need copper. And where to put it? With your epic crystal collection. Copper intensifies the potency of most stones, clearing the channels of the communications between you and your mineral friends. When to use it? When it's time to pack up an old idea of who you are and ship it out for good. Move on, renewed with copper. And then it says, energize your whole world. So there you go. Look at you, got copper all over the place.
Exactly. And I never take them off except to take a shower. And this goes right along with that, right? So the angel card that came out was healing energy, and then recharge.
Oh, yeah.
And copper is perfect for that. When the pace of life becomes too hectic, know to slow down, be mindful, and go with the flow.
Well, I kind of got the part for her was this part. It says, when it's time to pack up an old idea of who you are and ship it out for good, move on, renewed with copper. That really stands out for me with her.
Yes. I am shipping out the old me. Good. See, I mean, I'm stunned because I haven't used this Kyle Gregg deck in a long time.
I haven't used this deck in a long time, and I love it. I'm going to be using it a lot more.
Yeah, I think it's time to unretire this deck.
Okay, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. And thanks, Susie, for helping us. And we will be back next month to talk about May. So everybody, just remember, I'm all of a sudden remember I'm on with Jeff Maher, but I didn't ever ask him if it was live. But it will be at 9 a.m. Pacific time or 12 o'clock Eastern time. That's Saturday the 8th. So come join us for entertainment purposes only. Thanks, Susie. All right, everybody. We'll see you later. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Bye. 4-4.
4-4.